Good morning. We are day 49 of 365 days, and we're doing The Luminous Humanist book by Kelly Sullivan Walden. Hey Google, what day is it today?
Today is Wednesday, the 18th of February.
Okay, February 18. Seduced by the sweetness. Most of us are unaware of how alluring bad news can be. Our limby brain fires up when we hear an ambulance with its high-pitched siren wailing and swerving past with flashing lights, or even reading a tantalizing bit of gossip, covertly leaked via the social media grapevine. But what happens when you become seduced by the sweetness? Mesmerized by the magnificent and captured by the countless miracles surrounding you at all times. The sweetness does not trigger alarm bells, but the way it can open your heart can be alarming. If you could, ever so slightly, or all at once, wean yourself off the ego's high-speed pills and thrills, you might find yourself overcome by the beauty and enraptured by the good news happening all day long. I am enhanced by the sweet sound of the higher ground, and it is the only sound I hear. If you are struggling with all of the stuff coming out, because it is confronting for those who, I want to use the language right, because I feel like a lot of us choose not to see it, or have chosen not to listen over the years. And I've had these conversations with older people and they shut me down straight away. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear about how evil the world is. Well, hate to break it down, but that's the world we currently live in, right? We cannot make a change in a world if we are not willing to sit and have a conversation as well. But with the social media stuff, like the book says, turn it off. I have been snoozing all of the news pages. I personally don't want to see it. I know it. I've been in the rabbit hole. I've been doing my research since COVID. I was very aware of all of it. I was very vocal about all of it. Unless you're following me newly, you may not have ever seen me post these things, but I have actually been very vocal about these things since 2019, maybe even a little bit earlier. But COVID was the rabbit hole for me. And while it is very, very scary for those who are learning this for the very first time, the rest of us went through this years ago. And I want to share with you the other side to this. So I didn't get COVID vaccinated because I trusted my intuition. I sat with spirit. I leaned in and asked my body, can you show me what a yes and a no looks like? And you rock back and forth when you're in those states. And then when you ask your body what a yes looks like, it'll either throw you forward or backward and so on. Should we do that this morning? I want to teach you that. Okay, let's do it. Let's put you up here for a sec. Open that up. It's always interesting, right? Okay. So this is how I do it. Body, can you please show me what a yes looks like? I'm leaning forward. What if I go on the side? Hey body, can you show me what a no looks like? Oh, it throws me back straight away. Can I ask you for honest and truthful guidance that will help me move forward freely and confidently? Is my name Carla Marie Burbage? Am I a male? Now, I want to show you the difference because I feel like some of you are going, oh, she's just pushing herself. I hear and feel everything. What about this? No tricks, no wires. Hey, can you show me what a yes looks like? Can you show me what a no looks like? Can you bring it back in and show a yes? Can you bring it back in and show a yes? Please, 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 please. Bring it back in, bring it back in, bring it back in. All the way in. Cross over. Yeah. Energy. Everything is energy. I can do that with pendulums. I can do that with my body. I can do that with dowsing rods. You can literally do it with anything. So you ask, hey body, are we still allowed to ask you a yes or no question? Hey body, do I need a COVID vaccination? No, I didn't. That's how I asked. I sat with myself. I dropped into my inner guidance. I asked several times throughout that crazy period, what do I need? And every time I was shown I didn't need those things. So I trusted, right? So I listened, I followed through, I saw the aftermath, I lost family members to either reactions. We had a couple of family members who are still here with some reactions still, and then I'd lost some. So it was just this period of time, and with all of these ramblings, what it all brought me back to was myself. Going through all of that fear, the wobble, what are people gonna think of me? Am I gonna lose my job? Is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? With all of that, this grounding. I went through the most coolest period of time of my life because I didn't drop into the vibration of fear. I was aware. I didn't fear it. I came back to asking Spirit what I needed. You can do that practice in the shower. That's when I do it the most because I'm really in my, I want to use the word like maybe flow state more. I'm more receptive. I'm not in my head with it. You can do the same with automatic channeled writing. You can ask yourself a series of questions while you're in a meditative state and ask yourself if this is what you need to do. We have the tools. We just have never been shown. So how are we supposed to fix and change things if we don't know how to do it, right? These are why I think maybe why I've started these videos, right? So we can learn those tools together. Because it's a lot what's out in the world, and sometimes we don't know how to put the phone down because the dopamine addiction is so high, right? I always believe as well to trust the why. Why are you scrolling that? Why are you watching that? What is there to learn? Now, we had this conversation over the weekend with quite a few of the girls that were here for our retreat, and it was this theme over the weekend of what is not yours. We as women particularly carry the weight on our shoulders, right? And so we need to learn to let those little pieces go, which are not easy, let's be real. They are probably some of the hardest things for us to do within ourselves, right? But it is really important that we find that consistency to move through the things and come back to self. This is why I'm on Skool. You don't have the feed. You don't have the news. You can just jump onto Skool app. You can watch the daily videos. You can look at all my content. You can do self-paced workbooks, and you can learn more about yourself this year rather than doing the dopamine scroll, right? A big part of why we're also reading the book this year of How to Be the Love You Seek, so we can deepen those tools together. Now, I think we're gonna do just this today. I think that was just what we needed. I'm gonna trust the why, right? Because we are exactly where we're meant to be. But for my beauties that do my self-love course, we are doing it again from May 9th. That was the date that I had in my mind. Now, until the end of June, I am unfortunately unavailable every Saturday now because I'll be writing my book. From 10 to 11:30 every Saturday I have a writing course until the end of June to become another published author. So my commitment is there because the reason for that is I created this book by doing this sort of thing. And the Grace Way, which is stories who are from women who found our freedoms, I'm writing another series to this. So I wrote this 2 years ago now, and I'm going to write the once way. And it was how I was once that way, and now I'm here. And I'm pretty excited. I actually still don't really know what I'm going to write this time. This book was all about surviving domestic violence, and I wrote about what the 9 types of domestic violence look like and how I received that in my relationships. I wrote down going through the end of a relationship and how I saw that within my children as well. And so I think on the other side of it, we're going to write something a lot lighter, which is really interesting. But that's what I'll be doing on a Saturday moving forward until the end of June. I will be recording this because I want to share the creativity with others. If I can write a book, surely you guys can write a book, right? And if Sally Newman is the most incredible mentor who can teach me to write a book, she can teach anyone to write a book, is my mentality. So I want to share some of that with you to show you others how easy it is to become a published author, to get to their writings and musings out. And if you have a story and you want to get it out, talk to Sally. Oh, what an incredible human that woman is. If you want to put it into a play, if you want to put it into a book, if you want poetry done, like whatever it is, right? First Line Productions, Sally Newman, she's your woman. What else? So with the self-love stuff, let me know what day works. I am thinking maybe an evening. I can't do Fridays because we have the women's circle. I can't do Sundays because we have sound. And I can't do Mondays because I have drumming. And I can't do Tuesdays because we'll be doing the How to Be the Love You Seek. So I'm going to do a separate poll for May. For those that are in the VIP, can you please let me know what your availability is, when you would like to do it, remembering the classes go between an hour to 2 hours, so you need to block a 2-hour gap off. I would still like to do them both in person and online at the same time. I keep seeing it as like a circle setting on the floor with the camera set up and we're recording and talking. So sit with that. Let me know what you guys would like. And we'll play with that for May. Yeah, the idea was May 9th, but I'm open to suggestions on how to make that work. Otherwise, I will maybe have a chat with Sally and see how I can go about maybe missing 4 weeks of writing, which I don't want to do because it's right at the end. That's all I got, really. Take a break from socials if you need it. Jump on Skool, do some self-help stuff, buy a book, join the book club with me next week. There's so much stuff that I'm putting out this year to help you guys not sit in the thing, right? This is where I was at when I was going through the notions of trying to learn who I was. I didn't know where to look. I found it very harrowing and very alone going through self-love, because back then I didn't have any friends going through these things. And it's only been in the last few years where I guess even just myself being on this journey has highlighted that for others. And it's exciting, but it is lonely. And this is why we create community spaces so you don't have to do it alone. Okay, I think I'm good. Have the most beautiful and blessed day. I've got a couple of clients in this morning. Also, for my schoolers, once we hit 100 members, whether that's paid or not, so as long as we have 100 members on Skool, I'm going to start doing some discounts on my services for you guys for supporting me and showing up and doing the things and all of the things, right? That's my gift to you. So when we reach 100 members on Skool, I will offer some exclusive discounts for you guys only. So if you want to jump on Skool, be a part of our community, learn all things self-love and spiritual this year, I would love to have you. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.